From $740,000 in debt to today becoming one of Singapore's top remisers who manages a multiple seven-figure portfolio. Let's find out how he did it. Welcome to our Modern Wealth podcast, where we aim to empower, enrich, evolve your lives. Every week, we bring to you absolutely amazing guests who are experts in their field, who will educate you on how they are building their own versions of modern wealth. Today's guest is not a newcomer to the show. In fact, he was the very first guest who was on our podcast.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Raj, for having me a second time here again.
Bro, you remember you are episode 001, you know?
Yeah, before you even launched this whole thing, man. Seriously, thanks so much, man.
Joey was 001. If you guys go back, he was the very first guy who we had officially on the podcast on our channels, right? So after more than a year plus, he's back in our new office and everything, right?
Nice.
To shoot the next podcast in another stage of his life as well, right? So today we're gonna dive deep into some insights. We are with none other than Joey, right? Joey is one of the best remisers in Singapore. He leads an absolutely amazing, thriving stock trading community in Singapore as well. And most recently, he became an author, right? Author of this beautiful book right here, One Good Trend Secrets, right? So Joey is now an author as well. And if you all zoom in a bit, you all will see my name on top. Walao, right?
Exactly.
Right? It's my name on top. I wrote the foreword to the book, right? I didn't write this book. I wrote the foreword to this book, right? Which Joey very kindly asked me to write. So I wrote him a really, really amazing
so much
foreword.
for that, man.
Right? So we'll talk a little bit about the book. We'll
Yep.
talk about investing and everything, right? So Joey, thank you for coming on board, bro.
Thank you so much for having me here again, second time. Yeah.
Dude, I know we did entire deep dive on your story and history in the first episode, which you guys should watch. You can click on the link somewhere to go and watch the first episode. But for people who maybe don't have so much time, can you summarize a little bit about how long you've been in the industry, like what exactly do you do?
Got it. Right. So I've been in the industry for about more than 15 years, right? Focusing on mainly stocks, Singapore stocks, US stocks, Hong Kong stocks. I'm a stockbroker, trader. We do teach as well, trainer. I do run a fund management business as well. So pretty much I've been doing this for more than 15 years now, all right? And I have the One Good Trend strategy, which I've been using all the while. So I would say that, I'm known as a guy who also came back from a $740,000 debt. Like this book, right over here, right at the top, right? How I rebuilt from a 740K setback, right, to seven figures, in fact, to multi-seven-figure trading, broking, and fund management business, all right. Thankful for being able to do that, all right. It came out on the business time as well. So really managed to do that from the One Good Trend strategy. And that's what I'm here to talk about today.
Wow. Amazing, bro, right? Again, guys, I'm telling you, I'm not joking, right? You guys should revisit that first episode. Coming back from a 740,000 crippling kind of debt, right, it's no joke, right? So again, if any of you are going through something similar where you think that mountain is insurmountable, hearing Joey's story will completely elevate you. I'm telling you, man, right? I remember, like, bro, right now as I talk to you, right, bro, I am literally recounting our conversation during the first episode, and I'm like, yo, it was nuts. It was a very, very good episode. Y'all should listen to exactly how he came through it. We won't be covering that today in this episode, but yeah, man, if for any of you who feel like giving up, right, listen to his story, and you'll know that there's always going to be a way out, right? There's always going to be a way out. There's always going to be some means, some strategy. If there's one lesson, bro, that you can summarize that episode taught you, what would that be?
If I can summarize it in one word, I would say to really persevere, all right, to have the faith, right, and just keep pushing forward while showing gratitude. I think that is exactly in one sentence how I came back out. Really going back to basics, knowing that the light at the end of the tunnel will eventually come, and while going through the whole entire process, take note that that it's a passing phase. It will eventually come to pass if you just keep on pushing forward, right? And while you're doing that, it's going to be hard, right? It's not going to be easy. Right? Every single day you wake up thinking about what are you going to do, what should you do to move forward. It's going to be hard. But while doing that, you just want to go back to basics and give thanks for everything that you have. That makes your life so much easier. And that's exactly how I think. But actually, how I got through it, I realized that every single day I wake up, I just thank God for everything that I have. Because when it happened, right, I was like always focusing on why me, why this problem, why am I so unlucky, why so sway, and kind of thing, right? Downward spiral. But once I changed my mindset, all right, whereby thank God for today, all right, or thank God for everything that I have, right? In fact, I ask God as well, like some of the things I always ask myself, right? Which part of my life is bad, right? Which part of my life, every day I wake up, which part of my life is bad, all right? And then I think about all the good things, right? Don't think about the 740K debt, right? Don't think about that, but think about all the good things that you have, all right? And then it puts everything in perspective. It gives you the motivation, the drive to just keep pushing forward because you're focusing on all the positive things and just keeps doing it, right? After 1 year, 2 years, all right, the light at the end of the tunnel will come, right? And that's exactly how I got out of it, right? So one sentence, persevere, don't give up, show gratitude. You will go through any problem, not just on trading, even in your relationship, career, work, whatever, right? I think that's the kind of like the
foundation.
The foundation, what I really believe, even up to now as well, right? Even when I go through any hardships, that's what I do as well. I don't know, what about you, man?
Bro, dude, you say this and my hair stand. You know why, not, bro? This week, there's been a song that has been playing in my head. Like, sometimes we go through a season and then you get certain songs, right? This week, the song that is like on repeat in my Spotify is this song called Gratitude.
Gratitude. Oh my God, I just played it just now, bro.
Are you serious? No, don't. Are you serious?
Yeah, that is, to be honest, that is like one of our family favorite songs that we play. I mean, during worship, during sessions of gratitude, right? Yeah.
Bro, that's on my car, bro.
Yeah, really, bro. We play it every day in my car, also Spotify. So yeah, I mean, I would say that song is very important because when you hear this song and then you when you're driving, like every morning when I drive my children to school as well in the morning and stuff, right? So it just reminds you lah. Sometimes you feel a bit, to be honest, sometimes life can be a bit like, down, boring. The market is not doing well. Things happen at work. You're fighting fire every day, right? And it can just be a bit more down, right? But when you see things in perspective, and I need to be reminded as well, right? That hey, give gratitude lah. Give gratitude to. I mean, if you want to blame God or what for all the other things that's not so good, then make sure you give thanks for the things that are good lah, right?
Yeah,
bro?
that's so true. That's so true.
So
amazing, man.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, bro. Right, the foundation gratitude is so important, dude. Tell us, okay, so right now, right, tell us about the book, man.
Yeah.
Right, you just wrote this book. What inspired you to write this book and come out with this?
Well, it has been about a year. So we just last year, I think end of 2024, we kind of like, I spoke to my team lah. I mean, people have been asking me, you want to write a book about this entire strategy? So I've been talking about this strategy for the past like 10, 15 years. We have programs, we have a tool, an indicator to help us. All right, but I want to put everything into a book, something that's concise, about 200 pages. It was like in my mind for the past like, I would say 5, 6, 7 years, right? But I didn't have time to do it, right? We were just like, fighting fire every day, trying to grow the business and all that. But I thought now, hey, let's just do it, right? And managed to spend about 6 to 8 months really just penning everything down, chapter by chapter, putting everything together. And we can't like review everything. It's like a show hand, bro. We show hand. We can't like show hand the entire 7-point checklist that we do step by step. We give case studies. Everything is kind of like written in the book, all right? And anybody can read it and can tell you that it just simplifies trading, right? So I'm so glad that, I mean, we wanted to give up. After like the 4th and 5th month, it was like, oh, bro, still a lot of things, I need to come out with the case studies, the charts, you get proofread, layout, proofread, editing. Oh my God, like so many things to do, right? And I kind of like did it together with my team as well, all right? Thankful for my team. We have Bervin and Z from my team, my mentors as well, helping out as well. So really glad that managed to pull through. And finally, it's like we got it printed like about 2-3 weeks back, ready to launch. And that's why we decided that maybe we could do something like a live launch, all right, to share this, all right? And not just like, just buy the book or how you can get the book, but more like really teaching about the entire strategy, give a little bit of a glimpse of what's inside. And those who are keen can get the book plus bonuses as well, right? I want to give some live bonuses during this live launch that we're planning to do.
Wow, beautiful. When's the live launch again?
18 October. 18 October 2025. We're going live for like 6 hours.
Oh,
6
wow.
hours straight.
Wait, this is an online event?
Online live.
Online
We
event?
plan to do it live on YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube live, so anybody can join, all right?
Okay.
And 6 hours, no breaks, all right? It's just, we'll have like, the first maybe 2 hours plus 3 hours to be me doing kind of like revealing the entire strategy, step by step, live case studies, demo, break it all down for you.
Wow.
And we have like Q&A, and then we have like AMA, Ask Me Any Stocks, like session whereby we pretty much, after going through the strategy, that's where we kind of like convo, the stocks,
Okay.
crypto, whatever, anything, right, that people are asking about.
Yeah.
We use whatever
Share
we
in the
say in the
strategy.
book, right, to cover your stocks. Right, that's what we plan to do, lah.
Amazing. 18th of October, guys. Again, we'll put the link down somewhere, right? I would love for you all to go and join and learn the strategy. Bro, if you can summarize the strategy of 1GT, right? What is the strategy, right? Is it a trend following thing? Is it what's the methodology?
So as the name of the strategy sounds, right? So this name of the strategy is called One Good Trend, right? So it took me a while to come up with this name, right? Because I'm thinking what is the word with a trend, right? So it's to do with trend trading, right? So I believe that this one good trend, it just means that you really need just one, not two, not five, not 10, right? But just one good trend to really see your profits blow up or explode, right? If you pick the right counter. So the whole gist of this strategy would be to ride stocks that are along with the trend. All right, and when we look at trend, we kind of like break it down in terms of two components, lah. Right, it must be in the same direction as the longer term trend. We look at it over 6 months to a year period, generally in a good upwards moving direction, lah. Long term trend. Short term trend must be up. So short term, we look at 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month. All right, kind of like the trend, and we use the moving averages to help us as well. Right, so. Align with both the longer term trend and the short term trend, and we have a tool like the One Good Trend Pro indicator, kind of like a tool whereby we can put the name of any stocks there and get an opinion. It's another confirmation to ride this massive trend kind of stocks, lah.
I see. Bro, talk about trend.
Yeah.
As of right now,
Yeah.
we're shooting this video in September. The market has been in one crazy trend, right? Absolutely nuts, right?
Yeah.
You have your S&P 500 just breaking new highs again and again. You have your tech sector, for example, that is just, bro, there's no breathing, bro. Right? I'm like, okay, cool, there should be a retracement now. No, it just goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Strong,
I'm like,
very strong, bro.
3 months ago, I was like, hey, it's about time the market needs to breathe a bit. I must breathe a bit.
correction.
Bro, no breathe, bro.
No. Walao.
Right? It's just chong up and up and up, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like your assessment, what do you think, bro? Right? Is it like, do we? I know you have a theory with regards to buying on strength, right?
True.
At this point, can we still buy on the strength, or is it like, bro, like overextended already, right? Like, what is your point of view as of this moment?
My take is that, the market has been pushing to ATH, all-time high, all right? And to be honest, we do get a lot of questions from our clients as well, our mentees, right? Asking us that, hey, is it too high? I mean, like, is it time for a pullback? Should we be cautious and stuff? So I believe that we don't need to really spend too much time thinking whether, it's going to correct, whether is it going up or what. I think we just play according to how it moves. Okay. So I think for me, it's like, if there are no signs saying that it is coming down, if the bullish signals on my indicator is still there, the confirmations in terms of the trend, the long term, the short term trend are all still pointing up, then I think it's still fine, right? You can still continue to ride it. So, and in fact, like a couple of months back, like 2 months back or even 5 months back, people have been saying it's high, right? It's like, all-time high, but it goes even higher, right? And then last month, too high, goes even higher, right? So there's no such thing as like too high or too low, all right? I think we just want to kind of like have a strategy, all right, whereby, or have a plan whereby you continue to ride it as long as it still looks good. If the bearish signal coming out, things starting to turn down, bearish confirmations coming in, and then we get out lah.
I see.
Then
So you wait for a bearish confirmation to appear on your indicators before you say, okay, I need to get out.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So for now, you're like, you know what? If it's not showing me, I'm just going to ride. Right? I'm not going to be selling out anything.
Yeah,
I'm not going to try and time the market or whatever. Right? Only when it shows me that it's coming down. But would it then mean that I have to wait for my portfolio to bleed, then only I exit, right? As in, is that the case or not really?
So if you mean like wait for it to bleed, that means you have to come down and then you have to get out, right?
Yes.
Well, because it's so we have this tool. So basically we not just for the markets, but for any stocks as well, we kind of like allow the breathing space for the market or the stock to move, right? It accounts for volatility, right? So as long as you're above what we call the trailing support line that I talk about in the book as well, all right? We are pretty safe, right? It's normal to see fluctuations, volatility. I think that's safe. So we can continue to ride it. However, if you go below that line, that trailing support line, then you want to be careful. You can reduce some exposure, take some profit, maybe get out first, maybe wait for a re-entry again. But if you're still above it, all the confirmations are still pointing up, the bullish signal is still in play, I think continue to ride, while setting alerts along the way. And nothing wrong to, some people always ask me, hey, Joey, then, if let's say it's still in an uptrend, right, but we hit this resistance level, like for S&P 500, 6,500 was the level we were negotiating for a couple of months. Couldn't break it, right? Of course, now we broke it and went even higher, right? So is it fine to take some profit along the way, even though it's good? Well, my answer to that is yes. Nothing wrong to take profit, right? Even though it's good, some people say that you have to hold and keep all the way. No, I mean it's fine to take some profit. Take
course.
half, take 1/3, up to you, take some profit, put in your pocket, feel a bit more confident. The balance you leave to hopefully ride some more, right? But at least you got some money in the pocket, right?
Of course.
So that's fine. So take some profit along the way, at maybe some resistance level for the stocks that we're looking at, and allow, but don't cut your profit short also lah.
I see.
Don't take all after before you go up higher, then you say you wasted, sell already, right? So that's kind of like the strategy lah.
I see. Okay, that's cool, bro. That's cool. So, in this particular time and age and everything else, right? I just want to ask you two things, right? So, what sectors are you looking at in terms of, do you focus on a particular sector in particular, or do you how is your approach with regards to selecting companies? Are you sectoral focused, or do you spread across different sectors? What do you do?
So for me, I'm more focused on the US and the Singapore market.
Okay.
Right? So I would say that for like the kind of like a longer term portfolio, we do have it in like the US stocks as well, US stocks, and that's one of the, I would say, the fund management business that I run in my team.
Sure.
Right? So we focus on US stocks. We kind of like are a bit more overweight on the technology sector right now. I mean, like Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet, and all the good stocks that have been pushing pretty strongly over the past couple of months, especially now with the rate cuts. I think even more bullish lah. All right, so technology sector, we focus on other sectors as well, financials, healthcare plays, industrials and all that. Yeah, but mainly on the technology, which I think has been doing quite well.
Yep.
Yeah, and for Singapore as well. So Singapore market, which is also my forte, would be I think that has been doing really well, right? In case you don't know, right, the Singapore market has been, I would say, one of the strongest period I've seen over the past 2-3 months.
Absolutely.
I would say even like comparing to post-COVID, right, the recovery, right? In fact, this is even stronger for the Singapore market, right?
Serious?
Over the past 3-4 months. I mean, that's what we're hearing from our clients, what we're seeing, the trading volume, our broking volume has increased as well. All right, even stronger rally. And we have seen stocks like in the Singapore market, ST Engineering, Food Empire, Propnex, if I can throw a few names out.
Propnex has been amazing.
Amazing, all right? And not just that, a lot of small to mid caps have really pushed up, all right? And I think that's where there could be really more leaks to this rally because of the whole equity market development program that the government, the MES, is trying to revitalize the market.
Yes.
I think like $5 billion
Yep.
right, of funds being allocated. It's like 1.1 billion year mark, a few more billion going to be pushed out to more fund managers as well.
Yep.
So that could be the beginning, right? And I think that the Singapore market still looks pretty bullish lah. We still have a lot of names in our watch list. A lot of them have triggered like bullish signals, still going after 40, 50, 80%. Still no exit, still no bearish signal.
Wow.
And right, more lah, right?
Some other example?
Example would be like I think Food Empire is one of them.
Empire.
All right, we have like, let's say, SIA Engineering starting to push up over the past few days as well. We kind of like shared some of those with our clients in Philips Securities lah. And if I can throw out, maybe we have like Valuetronics as well. Valuetronics, right? Some of the tech names as well.
Wow,
pretty strong.
Triggering so many memories, bro. As in, my primary portfolio is in the US. I do have a Singapore portfolio as well.
What are your Singapore top stocks, man? Yeah, you're holding, man, bro.
My top stocks is the typical bank stocks that I hold.
Okay,
right?
DBS, no bad so there, bro. Yeah.
Exactly, right. So that one has been doing really well for me. But again, it's more of a dividend play, lah. So that's how I see it. I get my growth from crypto, from stocks, from US growth companies, right? And then my Singapore portfolio, I use it for dividends and everything, right? Gives me the stability. The yields are very, very stable. Don't really drop so much, right? So I just buy a lot more whenever there's mispricing in the market. Then just let it run now, right? So CDP dividends get
keep that
into
lah,
my
just dividends
account.
lah. Yeah. Because US, for dividends you have to
Exactly,
like
your tax
30%
and
withholding
everything,
tax
right?
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing as well, guys. In case you guys don't know, right? So like dividends on US companies, there's withheld tax of like 30%, right? So for overseas investors, for Singaporean investors, for example, or Malaysia, wherever you're watching from, if you are a foreign investor investing in the US, you are taxed for your dividends, right? Which makes dividend plays in the US not exactly very lucrative.
True.
But if you're talking about if you're buying into quality REITs, into quality banks, or any quality companies that give dividends in Singapore, right? That's pure income for you, right?
Yeah,
That's
it makes
pure
much more sense for REITs,
Yeah.
all right, rather than US REITs. I think Singapore REITs, and I did a YouTube video on REITs, I think like a few days back as well, right? So some of the top Singapore REITs, because of rate cuts and stuff, starting to push up as well.
Yeah,
right?
really
20-30%. Yield is good, 4-5% yield plus capital upside. I think
crazy,
pretty good.
bro. Dude,
Yeah.
April, I went crazy shopping. DBS was the yield was 6.5-ish
Yeah, the
percent.
price
Bro,
dropped.
I was
Yeah.
supposing I was like, bro, close to 7 for DBS is siao, bro. You never find this,
April,
right?
April, everything. I mean, after the
Yeah,
Trump
exactly.
tariff, everything dropped. Now it's
Yeah.
$50 over dollars.
Exactly.
Now, I think April was what, 30 plus?
Yeah, 30 plus. So my
Oh.
buy price was like $35, right?
My
So
God.
crazy capital appreciation plus, the dividends and everything. So that was absolutely amazing. Obviously, you don't get that kind of opportunities, anytime,
Yeah.
right? But whenever that kind of things happen, these are some of my go-to companies, right?
Nice.
To build dividends as well. So for me, I'm at this stage of my life where I want to also have that stability in dividends and stuff like that, right? So some people are pure growth, but I think different stages, lah, right? So let's say, for example, a different stage where you want that income, for example, then that's something that you can definitely look at, right? Because,
Yeah.
gives you solid income, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really solid. And it's not like they're gonna. I don't think the dividend payouts are very, very consistent. You don't see drops in the dividend payout or inconsistencies. It's every quarter, every time they have dividend payouts. It's just very, very consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. Definitely. All the REITs, quarterly, more like a passive income kind of
Yeah,
play
exactly.
as well.
Very, very passive income kind of play, right?
Yeah.
So what is your again? You mentioned with regards to your fund, the way you do it, for example, right? Can I ask you a question? How was your strategy different from when you first started compared to today? Is it the same, or when you first started was it different? Today is it different?
When you first started means like right at the very beginning.
Yeah,
is
I'm
it?
talking
Like
about the
totally
beginner,
brand new,
bro.
like-
How old are you when you first started?
Oh, okay.
The first stock when you
25,
bought-
25 years old, 26 years
25
old.
years
That's
old,
like
okay.
20 years ago. Lah.
Okay, cool. So at
Yeah.
25 years old, how was Joey at 25 years old versus Joey's today's portfolio? Obviously, it's different because
I
you have
would
a
say,
different amount of money.
yeah, when I first started, maybe
Yeah.
like fresh grad, 25, 26 years old, well, I was just, there wasn't really a proper strategy at point in time, lah, all right? I was just trying to figure out, just randomly read a few analyst report, right? Target price, how much you buy, and then you hope that you go up, you hope every day you look at the report, and then
Yeah.
you hope that you hit your target price, but it doesn't, lah, right? It just comes down. So I think I spent a lot of effort, a lot of time doing a bit of research. I was not that strong in technical analysis and in charts and all that, right? Maybe know a little bit here and there, Google a bit, YouTube here a bit, right? But not very strong, right? So no clear strategy, right? Just jumping around, trying to find a path forward, all right? So I think that was how I really began, lah, all right? How I really began. So fast forward, of course, along the way over the past 15 over years, that's where I think it's very important to depend on a step-by-step framework. I think that's what most people don't have, right? Because for us, you can have a strategy, right? Maybe a 5-step strategy or 7, 10 steps, whatever, right? But the thing is that how do you make it so simple, right? So simple that you can just pass this 7-step, 5-step, 10-step, whatever, and anybody can follow it sequentially, right? First step, put a tick. Second step, put a tick. Third step, put a cross, tick, cross. And then after that, okay, decide what to do. So that's why I realized that trading is meant to be kept simple. Initially you thought like, wow, you add all these indicators, add here, add there, you got 5, 10, the more the better, right? No such thing, right? It's not about just adding random indicators, right? It's to understand the principles behind whatever you are using, the tools that you're using, the indicators that you're using, the moving averages or whatever, understanding the principles behind and kind of like understanding how you integrate that into your entire strategy. Does it make sense to be in it, right? And then building a step-by-step checklist of it. And that's exactly what I have. That I think just makes it so much simpler. We could just pass this to anybody in my team, to even our mentees as well, and anybody would be able to follow. Lah.
I see. And all of that, guys, is in the book, right?
Yeah.
So make
Yeah,
sure
it's on
you
the book, it's on the book.
make sure you get the book as well. It's a
Yeah.
very,
So we
very
can't
small
deal
investment.
everything in the book, lah. Really, we become like show hand, right? Initially, we were thinking like, hey, should we just give? Should we just give everything? Right? We thought, yeah, just give everything, right? I mean, so everything is there in the 7-point checklist.
Yeah.
We break it all down.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I were to, that's great to hear. But if I can ask you a little bit more specifically,
Yeah.
right? In your early few years, for example, what were some examples of some stocks that got you your breakthrough? Right? Maybe your first pot of gold or whatever. Was there any stock that's a very distinct, like, wow, this one I very, very thankful for, like, it's amazing.
So I would say that some of the stocks that really helped, all right, in terms of the growth would be like, the US would be like Tesla,
Yeah,
some of the names that really moved up,
Yeah.
past 5, 6 years ago,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
really moved up as well. That's where some of the US stocks, like
Yeah.
Tesla, well, right, we did have some positions in it. Also, we had like some of the Singapore stocks. I think the oil and gas sector in the market, Singapore market used to do really well. All right, we have stocks like, I think, Sembcorp Marine then doing really well as well. Golden Agri as well. Some of the very, very strong names that were pushing very strongly up. Property plays as well. We were going for them as well, like city development then as well.
CDF.
Yeah, city dev as well. Of course, they're sold off lah, but now there's some starting to move out as well. But if I can remember, those are some of the names that really, because we kind of like spread out into not just one or two, but a couple of stocks, and that really kind of like grew the portfolio. Of course, at the point in time, the market was started to turn bullish as well. I think 2025, 2026, sorry, 2015, 2016 as well. Started to turn a bit more bullish certain periods lah. Yeah.
You know, bro, I share with something that is my observation from the stock market. A little bit of observation from the US stock market, right? So I kind of, I pivoted a bit, as in quite a bit to crypto, as you know, right? So like 2022, right? As in I've always been a stocks guy myself, right? Stock options and all that, right? Since 2013 all the way through, I was through and through a stock option guy. I was always trading the US stock market and stuff. And then I pivoted to crypto, and one of the reasons why is because I legitimately saw like exponential gains, right? And the whole theory was very simply, crypto, you get multiple X, stocks a bit slow, whatever. But then recently I disagree, bro.
How come then?
No, bro. Recently, some of these stocks have been going absolutely nuts, bro. Right?
Better than crypto.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Some of these stocks have been performing like, bro, dude, look at Palantir, for example.
Oh, wow.
Dude, what a run, bro.
Yeah, wow, 200, 300%. I think, yeah.
300, bro, $9 to like $100, bro. I think 1,000%.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah, that's like
More
super
than-
long. Yeah.
That's like, no, dude, that was less than a year and a half, right? Like we're talking about a 10x return, bro.
Amazing.
Crazy, right? Like, I was just looking at it and I was like, because I actually bought some Palantir. I still remember I actually bought some Palantir in my consumer account for like $11. I looked at it recently. I was like, what the hell is happening, man? What the heck?
Still holding?
Yeah, still holding.
Wow,
Just,
bro.
buy, keep. Right, more than 10x. I was like, what
Continue,
the heck,
man. Continue holding, man, bro.
It's just insane. And again, I've never ever, like personally lah, right? Maybe call me whatever, but I started US markets in 2012, right? But I've never seen that kind of like insane gains, bro. Absolutely nuts, right? Palantir was one of my biggest wins. Another one that I missed, but also has done absolutely insane. Talk about, I'm not joking, bro. More than 10 times PopMart.
Oh, PopMart, oh my god. I got to cover that as well, right? Amazing.
Bloody
Past
crazy,
1 year,
crazy labubu.
Yeah.
One now 10 times, dude. It's just been crazy, right? But
Crazy.
can I ask you,
Yeah.
are there any reasons why some of these stocks are pumping so hard, so crazy? Is it to do with more liquidity in the markets or whatever? Is there some structural change which are causing such crazy gains in some of these stocks?
I mean, I would say like Palantir, that would be more of a tech play,
Okay.
right? The tech play, I mean, Nvidia, Palantir, Alphabet,
Yeah.
right? Broadcom, some of the semiconductor stocks, Micron. I mean, we've started to see very strong move, probably due to these, potential rate cuts that came in. So I think people are kind of expected it, all right? And people are riding on that. So I think that would be for the tech plays. But for like PopMart, which has started to push up, I think it's due to the craze. And I know why. I mean, for PopMart, right, I did a kind of like a video on that on YouTube. It's like, when we went to China, right, just like in March, and I went to like this PopMart store. So I have like two young girls, right? And then I tell you, bro, the PopMart stores it's like crazy food. Everywhere is like empty, but the PopMart stores is full, Then I went in like what's that? What's PopMart about, right? I just go in. Then I thought, okay, let's choose one color, I don't know what, some crybaby toy or Demu or something, right? A lot of characters and figures. And I just grab the yellow color one, right? What you like, just grab one, right? But you still cannot choose color one. It's like, what do you mean cannot choose color? You see, it's a mystery box. Then I'm like, no wonder. I said, well, no wonder. This is a very smart business model. So, and that is like, so when you're buying, you're like, it's like guessing, So you open blue color, you're wasted, and go and buy another one. After that, red color, you gotta buy another one, right, bro? Like what? He just 6 times. I think it's like 6 for one character, maybe 6 or 7, right? So they just 6 times their revenue, So,
Wow.
I mean, if you really, so I can imagine it's like, wow, this business strategy, and then they're coming up with like new, not it was like initially it's the little door, right? After now I think it was the handbag,
Yeah.
and now maybe phone also coming out, and different figurines, different characters. It's like growing, bro. So I tell my children, no point you go and buy the one. Why not you buy the PopMart shares a couple of months back,
exactly.
You would have grown, your $5,000 maybe become
Yeah,
$7,000, $8,000,
Absolutely, right?
Rather than you
I this is the thing that I fell in love with when it comes to investing, bro. I just want to share this story, right? Which is very simply like, the next time you're tempted to buy a certain company's goods or whatever, right? Go and research and find out whether they are listed or not. right? And at the same time, go and buy their shares, lah, right? So every time,
Yeah.
my wife asked me to go and buy iPhone, I go and buy the shares also.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Yeah,
right?
either you're buying the consumer, you're a consumer or you're an investor.
Absolutely, right? So seriously, bro, I tell you, honestly speaking, right? Apple is one of my biggest portfolio holdings as well. But dude, every year, without fail, I don't like it, but I have to spend some money in Apple. Right, my
Exactly
wife would
lah.
ask me for just bought a damn new laptop, right? A
Yeah,
MacBook,
yeah.
right? My wife will say, "Hey, iPhone come out already. Can you buy for me for Christmas or whatever?"
Exactly.
Every year, confirm plus out a few $1,000s I spend, bro.
Yeah.
I was telling myself, bloody hell, myself, Apple pay me for this, right?
Exactly
Right.
lor.
So every time I buy, I will go into my account and just also buy their shares
Together lah.
Together, I buy
So the
together.
investment cover the phone lah.
Seriously,
right?
so the investment out of the phone, right? So that's my strategy, and it's paid off. It's paid off very well, right?
Makes
It's paid
sense,
off for me
makes
very,
sense.
very well.
Yeah.
Because, bro, cannot force myself just go and buy, right?
Every year, you think about it, the iPhone 17 came out. Like long queue again.
Yeah.
There's hardcore fans out
Yeah,
every
exactly.
time, every year, new one.
Yeah.
Right? Last time, like when we were like maybe 10, 15 years ago when we were like in school, studying in school, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One phone we used for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now every year is a new phone.
Yeah,
It's like
bro.
you have to change your phone every year.
Lawrence, how's the phone, bro?
Yeah.
I just bought a new iPhone as well.
And the fact that I don't need to queue, I asked them to deliver.
Wow, it's like 1,007, 1,008, right?
No, 2,000 plus, bro.
2,003. Wow, now the phone, one phone 2,000 plus.
Bro, you stuck which year, bro? Walao.
With the Apple Care is 2,700 plus.
Bro,
2,700.
now you know why they're doing so well lah.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So that's Apple for you, right? But again, this is basically some of the principles of investing, right? Which I really
Yeah.
love. Again, look around you. What are people buying? What are people like? One of my talk about Singapore stocks. I don't know whether it's still around. I haven't followed for a long time, but this was in my early years where I made quite a bit of money. It was on Super.
Oh, super group, is it?
Yeah, Super
Okay,
Group,
okay.
right? So again, Super, they sell coffee, right? Like coffee and everything.
Yeah.
Did really it's still around the
I
market.
think still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, never really followed, but I think it's been doing really well. I think previously we were looking at it.
Yeah. So Super was amazing, but again, household people just keep buying again and again, right? Like we always consume it in the house. You go everywhere, there's Super coffee and whatever else, right? So like these kind of things which you see everywhere, you use every day, for example.
Yeah.
And again, as a person who uses it, as a person who uses it, spends money on it, for example, right? And then ask yourself, are these shares worth
Exactly.
investing into? Is this company listed? Right.
Definitely.
My biggest investment actually is in Meta.
Oh, Meta platforms, nice. Yeah.
And the reason why, very simply, is because I'm an advertiser on Meta, right? And every year, I have to spend more and more
Yep.
money, right? And the truth is, I cannot live without them.
Correct. We
Right.
need them, right?
You-
We
you-
need to reach out to people.
You
We need
literally,
them,
you
right?
literally need them, right? For all our companies, advertising and everything, we need them. I'm like, bro, right? They have whatever nonsense also, I still have to use them. I can complain whatever I want to complain, bro.
Still have to use it.
But I still have to use them. I cannot escape it.
Exactly.
I literally cannot escape, right? So I'm not just a consumer in terms of using. Sure, I scroll my Facebook, Instagram every day, but I'm paying. I'm one of the guys who is contributing to the company's
Contributing to
revenue,
their revenue.
yeah, exactly.
right?
So
Yeah.
again, my philosophy very simple. I'm gonna pay you. You better pay me.
Yeah. Must well buy back the shares.
Might
You
as well
help
buy
me
the
pay
shares.
back.
Yeah, exactly. So that you can pay back and actually pay for my
Yeah,
shares,
exactly.
right?
Makes
So that's
sense.
my philosophy in investing. It's very, very. It's
Makes
pretty
sense.
straightforward.
Makes
lah.
sense. Basically, it's to look around you as to businesses and services that you are already using daily, right? You're supporting the business, and why not think about investing in those businesses rather than just being the consumer part of it?
Absolutely, man. And these kind of companies that you cannot live without. Honestly speaking, if there ever is a market mispricing event, right? Like some crazy market sell off or whatever else that actually happens, bro, my tuliao, like really, really,
Opportunity really, go
and
in
really
and
whack
really.
get some, right? It's a complete no-brainer, lah. In fact, if I can just share my story, it's not ask you about one of our first few stocks. My first stock, bro. My first stock, and I think it's a very inspiring story to actually share also. My first stock was actually Google.
Alphabet, is it?
Before Alphabet, bro. It's way back
is
lah,
it?
before
Okay,
the
okay,
name
okay.
Alphabet came around, but it was Google, right? So Google, that was my very, very first stock, and the reason why was because after I attended a class, we did an assessment, and I realized that pretty much a monopoly lah, right? You can't live without it, right? Google is a verb,
Yep.
right? You Google everything,
Yep.
right? So, I was like, just go and buy lah, right? But again, bro, very interestingly, back then, 2012, brother, when I wanted to go and buy, I present my case study to my friends, right? You know what they told me?
What?
Too expensive.
Too expensive. Like, now don't know how many times they stock split. Don't know how many times already, right? The price-
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, at that point of time, they'll say, "Siao lah,
Too
Resh.
expensive lah."
Expensive." I say, "Walao, bro."
Yeah,
I look at
yes,
today,
it's normal.
right?
Yeah.
So I've only ever accumulated more shares of Google, right? Since then, I've just been accumulating more and more and more. And dude, that expensive has gotten even more expensive and
Exactly.
more expensive. It's
Exactly.
done multi. I've lost track
Yeah,
like how many times
multi-times.
I'm up.
And it goes up,
Right.
stock split, go down again. Climb up,
Yeah.
go down again, right?
Yep,
and
yep,
just
yep.
you have more and more shares, it
Yeah,
keeps
more
going
and
up.
more. Exactly, right? So
Exactly,
like Google has
yeah.
been one of my best. But again, right, like my theory very simply was, sure, they were saying it's expensive based on valuations,
Yeah.
for example, right? But hey man, dude, great companies, they will keep going up in value, right?
Exactly,
That's the
exactly.
entire thing. So, Google is one of my favorite, right, that I shared. By far my biggest is will be Meta because I just
Yeah.
advertise like crazy on it.
Yeah.
Right, and I want them to pay me, right? So that's basically my two of them which I can just share lah.
Nice.
Besides Super, for example, right?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I love talking about stocks, bro.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And one thing I want to add as well, I mean, in terms of like what you say, expensive, the mindset, and that's what
yeah.
we hear from a lot of our
Investors, so many.
mentees and our clients as well. Most people, as a stock that's good can move up and up over 2, 5, 10 years, right? And people will be saying expensive many times along the way, but it just keeps on moving. So I think we need to really change a bit of the mindset as well, all right? That as it gets more expensive, we should scale the winning position. In fact, buy more. But most people, right, go up, they sell, and they don't have to buy it because expensive, right? They stop and then they let see it go up and they do nothing, and it goes up and up, they do nothing. They lose up the upside. So instead, we should think about adding more on the winning positions, lah.
Yep.
All right, on those expensive good stocks.
Bro, on the contrary,
Yeah.
this investing strategy killed my father. Let me share with you. On the contrary, this investing strategy, which was I buy cheap. My father would not look at anything less than 50 cents. It sounds familiar, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
This is what we hear. Almost the cheaper the better,
Yeah,
right? I
exactly,
mean, like
exactly,
bargain, right?
Because if it's 10 cents, well, brother, go to
10
$1
cent, oh.
10 times,
Oh,
right? So, but this is one strategy that honestly, really, really, God bless my dad or whatever, right? But I really love him. But this was one of the things that was the mindset, right? Cheap price means good, right? Google so expensive, don't waste time
waste
too
time,
expensive.
maybe it'll come down, crash
yeah,
already,
exactly,
it's
crash
like
already or
scary,
whatever.
yeah.
I want to buy the cheap one,
one,
right? Cheap one can really go up, really make a lot of money.
Exactly,
Sibeh what,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, $1.
And this is one mindset, guys, that has crippled so many people, right? You don't buy into quality, you buy into stocks that are cheap based on their price.
Definitely. Cannot, man, bro. Really. I mean, really. And that's what people buy. Some of our mentees or clients that we speak to, right? And then so we ask them, hey, why do you buy this stock? Oh, because it was cheap, lah. It was cheap, right? Oh, and it's really cheap, lah. I mean, it's true, lah. You're not lying, man. $1 now become 20 cents, right? Really cheap, right? And then it's cheap, so $1.20. Last time I saw, 2 years ago, it was $1. Now it's 20 cents, very cheap. So 20 cents, if you go up to $1, you can make a lot of money, yeah, true. I don't know whether it go up, but 20 cents can go down to 10 cents or 5 cents also, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it can go from $1 to 20 cents,
yeah.
it's weak, lah. There's a reason why it's coming down,
Yep,
right?
yep,
So, and that's what we see, for a lot of our clients. People like to buy cheap. We don't do that, especially all this will be covered in the book, lah.
Yeah. Guys, again, it's very, very important that you listen to Joey. And the reason why is because, he comes from a very unique perspective, very unique background where, not only is he educated, he's also a remiser, right? So he sees clients' accounts, people who make millions of dollars, and he also sees these people who lose money consistently.
Yep.
Right, and there are certain patterns, guys. Right,
Yeah.
seriously, there are patterns in people who always lose money, which we just covered
Yeah.
one example, and there are patterns in people who consistently make money.
Definitely,
Right?
definitely.
That is covered in this book with regards to how people actually can make money, right? Which is very, very important. But bro, besides whatever we shared, right? What are some other principles that you see from people who make money consistently and who have made millions of dollars in investing?
I think those who make, I would say, very few, but those who really make a lot of money in the markets or in stocks, right? I think first of all, their mindset is correct. So they don't like cheap stuff. They're okay to buy if it's more expensive. They're okay to add on more positions, even if it's more expensive, all right? And not just add on, but after adding on, you really allow it to ride, allow it to ride. Like, stocks like Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet, right? These are stocks whereby very strong uptrend, right? And I've seen the portfolio really grow, right? Could be a 200-300K portfolio, become 500, 600, 700K portfolio over a couple of years. Add more along the way, it grows even faster, right? So I think that's how to really grow your portfolio. Along the way, of course, not all will be winners. Out of 10, maybe 7, 8 good, maybe 3, 4 not so good along the way, it starts reversing, the trend start to turn down.
course.
You cut those.
Yep.
Take the money, add more of the good ones, all right, and add more, right? Then cut those not so good ones, add more of the good ones along the way. So I think it's always to, and that's what we do as well. We consistently restructure the portfolio, write more on the winners, new names coming in. Along the way, not so good ones, we cut them out. So we are very, we are quick to cut those which are not good lah. All right, I think most people, another thing about, I mean, not say buying cheap and stuff, but another mindset that most people have would be like they tend to hold on to the not good ones, right? Those that are a bit of losses, small losses. It could be $500 loss, $1,000, $2,000 loss. And people are like, yo, why lose money, right? Never mind lah. You'll be better tomorrow, next week, right? Next month, let's wait for it, right?
Yes.
And they wait, and they wait, and they wait, and it goes down and down, and they wait some more. After a while, it's like,
Jialat, gone lah.
gone already. I see some of the portfolio, their stocks.
No point cutting loss.
No point cutting loss lah. And we hold so long already, must hold some more, right? That's what we hear lah.
Wow, all the time, bro. Sounds so familiar.
Exactly. So once I see this, I know that no wonder lah.
Yeah.
Jialat already lah. 40 over stocks, 50 stocks. They also don't know why they hold, no? Because they just lose a bit of money lah. So just hold until now lah, right?
Crazy, bro, crazy, right? But again, so similar, right? As in, again, me being in the business as well, I hear this so many times.
Definitely.
Right,
Yeah.
so many times over, again and again and again, same old story. And again, guys, if you're watching this, if you're brand new to investing, if you have went through some of these mistakes, understand them, right? But if you're brand new to investing, my advice is don't fall into that trap, lah.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Don't fall into that
Don't
trap.
do that.
But bro, I want to share with you something, bro.
Yeah.
This is one other thing that is actually quite scary to me, right? Put aside stocks, lah, right? But expensive gets more expensive, right? Bro, and it's crazy, man, right? Like with a lot of things, lah, right, in life, where a lot of people are starting out like, bro, I can't keep up. Things are getting like, how do I even start to even be able to compete? Right? Talk about property, for example.
Wow, definitely.
Shack, bro,
Yeah,
right? Like,
even Singapore properties
Singapore
also
properties, for
pushing
example.
high.
Like, dude, is like I was just having a conversation with my friend this morning. I said, you can't have a normal regular job and save your way to your private property. Bro, it's almost impossible. Let's be real, right?
Yeah, true.
You're gonna buy a 3-bedder, for example. How are you gonna save your way in a normal job to get $2 million, $2.5 million, for example? It's crazy, man. Things are just getting like more and more expensive, and people need to really think out of the box, lah. Right? You find that to be the case as well?
Definitely. I mean, I was think that in Singapore, property is one of the most expensive asset that most people would need to have, all right? And prices has been pushing higher, but I think it still looks. I mean,
it will get more expensive, right?
The more you wait, I think
that's
it
why
get more
people
expensive, right?
like but that's why people like yourself can benefit, right? Because you make money, you can buy more expensive. But for the fellas starting out, what?
Exactly. So those who already have meat in the game, they already have own an asset, a property asset, and they can grow and build. But those who, that's why I'm worried for my children as well. Can you imagine, bro? I mean, our children in 10, 15, 20 years time. I don't know. By then the property will be what? No, I mean, so. I mean, but I would say that the government is doing a good job. Like, we have like HDB to make it more affordable and stuff, right? And that's how I started as well. All right. So I think that in the property, it is to get a foot in as quick as possible. All right. HDB is fine as well. That's actually where I got started. All right. Got started as well. I mean, we started a family. We got a 4-room HDB flat. All right. At that point in time, I think our HDB was like 400 over K. All right. So we kind of like sold it 5 years later after MOP, sold it 700 plus, and we move on slowly. So I think you slowly build, right? But it's not always, so it can be scary, like you're thinking about, wow, a few $1 million. But I think it starts small, Start small, everybody starts small, right? Start small, slowly grow along the way while you're earning your income. So, like what you say, income-wise, if you're just slowly depending on income, it might be a bit hard, all right? So thinking about how you could, this savings, this income that you get, also put it to greater use. Try to grow the funds, your assets even faster in stocks and stuff like that.
No, talking about career, right? If you don't mind sharing, right, about your career, your chosen career that has obviously opened up so many doors for you, right? It's completely changed your life. I'm sure you're very, very grateful for being a remiser with Philips and everything, right? How is that as a career, right? Like for people who are watching who are like, wow, bro, I also want to be able, I really love stocks. Can I consider becoming a remiser? Would you say, let's go? Or you say, as in, tell me, what was your views?
So, I mean, I would say that as a broker, all right, as a remisier, so I think I'm one of the few remisiers out there who also teach and I teach my trading strategy and all that, right? So when I first started out, right, that many years ago as a remiser, so I was always thinking like I'm just a stockbroker, all right, I'm just a stockbroker, and I serve my clients, we get clients trade, and then we do earn income, we provide some service and all that lah. So I always see myself as a broker, but along the way I kind of like transform. All right, I try not to see myself as just solely a broker, a remiser that just give advices when people ask, and then just open trading account and stuff. Right? I mean, anybody can do that anywhere lah. But I see myself more like just an expert in stocks. All right, as a kind of like a expert in stocks guy lah. Right? So I could be a broker, I could be a trainer, I could be a running my own fund with my team and all that. That could be anything, right? But just that. Anything to do with stocks, you can come to me. All right, I'll be able to advise you. Of course, if you are a client of mine in Philip Securities, that's where we provide some services like ideas, videos, trainings, and all that. So, as a reminder, right now, I would say that it's pretty competitive, right? Pretty competitive out there. But that's where I try to differentiate lah. But if you're just coming in solely, without the passion and stuff, I think just to
quite shy.
I mean, just to come in and then maybe. Get people to trade under you or open a trading account. It might be very competitive. So I think you really have to think about if anybody want to come to this industry. So people have been talking about it being a sunset industry like for the past 5-10 years, right? Which I think is true. I mean, if you look at it like people trades online and stuff, you don't really need to provide much service, and you don't really need to place orders for clients. Last time, right, I think like 10, 15, 20 years ago, brokers used to be like, when you call up and then the broker, right, the remiser will come like place the orders for you, right? So at that point in time, 20, 30 years ago, it's like there's no mobile app, it's pretty much no online trading and stuff, right? So yeah, that was the norm. But now everybody trades online, and that's fine with us as well, because our clients, most of our clients, 90% of our clients, more than 90% of our clients trade online, right? So it's really about trying to even if they trade online, but how could you add more value to clients such that they have a better idea on what stocks to actually focus on. Because to be honest, I think right now, what happens is that most people have a trading account, and most brokers out there, it's just a platform lah. I mean, you log in, you log
just
a
trade,
mobile
whatever.
app, you up to you what you want to buy. Nobody call you, nobody WhatsApp you, nobody send you any ideas or video or what. Nobody to talk to lah. All right, you can't WhatsApp anybody in 5 seconds or what, right? So it's a hotline and stuff. So that's what most trading platforms are doing lah. But for us, we try to differentiate in that sense lah. Right, we try to add more value, services, ideas, so people feel a bit more. I think people are clearer on what to focus on. And most people have the misconception, I realize, right? Most people actually have the misconception that, wait, Joey, because of my clients, even some of our prospects and our leads as well that come on board, they might, hey, Joey, then if you're doing all this, then it's like, is it free? Is it free? Am I paying more if I would come to you? So most people have the misconception. And I will tell them that, no, it's the same, right? It's the same. It's the same as whatever you're paying when you're trading. All right, I don't know where you're trading, but you need a trading account, right? It's the same, all right? We don't charge anything more, right? So, but I do my best to stand out, to add all these value-added services for free. Of course, we do get paid. I mean, our commissions seem like what everybody is getting, but we stand out and we give more value in that. I think that's how I stand out and how I differentiate myself. So I think if anybody want to come to this line, I think it's possible, right? It's possible, but just that you need to come in with the mentality that you're here. Not just to get people to open trading account and just trade hopefully, but more like about giving value lah. So for me, I run my business very in a way whereby I don't ask for anything in return. I just talk about giving value. All right. The more value I put out there, I don't worry about what comes back, right? But the more value I put out there, something will come back. I don't know why. It will just come back.
It's true. I 100% believe that. That's our philosophy in my life, in my business. Is always about giving first, right?
Exactly.
And guys, again, if it's not enough of a testimony, guys, again, if you all don't know, this is he in front of me right here. This guy is one of the best, like number one, right? You're talking about in terms of the service, in terms of the profession, for example, you're talking about the best of the best, right? And again, for him, how does he do it? He just share you, right? It's about giving value first, being the person who gives the most, right? Like, just give, and somehow, you will be blessed.
Exactly.
Right?
The more you give, the more you have. I think the more what we call the abundance mindset, I would say. Very important.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Dude, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, bro. Dude, if I can ask you, some quick fire questions just to end off the entire thing. Number one, first thing I want to ask you is this. In terms of investments, don't mind anything, right? What are some things that you absolutely stay away from?
Investments, absolutely stay away from. Well, up to now, all right, for crypto, I have not really touched it
Sure,
yet
sure.
for crypto.
No, it's
all
perfectly
right.
fine, yeah, yeah.
Correct. So I know a lot of people ask me, hey, Joey, what about crypto? Are you able to advise and stuff? Well, the thing is that, I mean, of course, we have this strategy, all right,
Sure,
and this
sure.
tool that we have, the indicator, the One Good Trend Pro indicator, we can turn it on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything, right? We get an opinion, and in seconds. But the thing is that I think for me is like, I just want to focus on things that I'm good at, things that I've been focusing on and it's working out well. Why not just double down on that, rather
Okay.
than, I mean, most people like to try new things every year
Yeah.
and jumping here and there and then,
Yeah.
having so many things. So I think just focus on what you're good at and then go all in into it. All right. So I think for me it would be like stocks, property as well. I'm doing
Yeah.
a bit of property investment as well, right? The gains that we're getting from stocks, we
Yeah.
put into property. We try to grow our property portfolio as well.
nice, very nice.
That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, great, right? So essentially, it is sticking to your own circle of competence, lah, right? Which
Exactly.
is essentially what you're saying, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
And
What about you? I just want to check. What would be one thing or two things that you never touch, or you won't? I mean, you have not touched, but and you also will never touch one in terms of investments, lah.
I will just share something that I will not touch, lah, right? I have touched it before and I've lost money. That's why I won't touch it again, right?
What?
Which is very simply, well, now I have changed my philosophy, which is very simply like angel investments, right? Like things that have been like not public markets, but more of like private market stuff.
Private lah. Those
right?
VC kind
yeah,
of.
VC kind of angel investing kind of place, right? So again, sometimes when you make a little bit more money, you do a lot of stupid things, right? As in for me lah, right? So
You just put your fund somewhere, right?
I
You
want to
want
put my fund
to-
somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
I got a bit of money. Let me angel. Like literally, maybe I suck, but my track record has been zero, lah, right? Like every single one. But the way I look at it is, it's a way in which I can support fellow entrepreneurs now, right? I think it's something that I really don't even look at as a way in which I can make money. I really look at it as a way in which I can sow a seed into somebody's life, lah.
I see.
Right?
I
So
see. Got it. Makes
that's
sense.
how
Yeah.
that's how I've changed it. So I don't even like, if got return good, lah, right? Good lah.
100x, 1000x, and good lah. But,
Yeah. But I'm
don't-
not investing in it because I'm expecting a return or whatever, not right? Like
Maybe,
literally, that's something that has not worked for me personally,
Okay, yeah.
right? Yeah, man. So again, just makes a lot more sense to invest in big, strong companies with good moats,
what
for
you know
example,
already lah.
and
Yeah.
what you know, and these companies will typically perform better over time. But typical startup investing and all that, walao, I tell you, quite cui. As in for me, lah, for me personally. But like I told you, right? I think there's after you get to a certain level, there's also like, see, bro, honestly, you invest Facebook, Zuckerberg's not going to come and thank you, right? You don't change anybody's life. True not, right?
True.
Right? You don't change anybody's life, right? But being a part of so again, like, it's another kind of, in terms of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I guess it's another form of fulfilling a need, lah, right? Which is like, hey, you can see a company grow, you believe in the person,
Yep.
you really impact the person's life as a believer in their business early on, for example, lah. I think that's so that's another thing, lah, right? But so I will possibly continue doing it, lah, right?
But don't expect a
Yeah,
100x.
yeah, it's almost like the philosophy of if I lend a friend money, I don't expect it back, right? So I'm not going to lend you money and tell you, oh, you better return me, for example. It's always a bad thinking, lah, right, to ever do that. So yeah, bro. So that's for me, man. That's for me. Anyways, thank you for sharing, brother. Can you just tell us one more time? 18th of October, what's happening? What's going down?
18 October 2025, Saturday, all right, for 6 hours, 10 a.m., all right, to 4 p.m. We're going live. We're going live on YouTube. So click on the link somewhere, right? I think Rash will share the link, all right? You get an invite by Rash. That's where you can join us for 6 hours. One Good Trend Secrets live show, right? Pretty much how I came back out of a 740K debt, all right? A loss, right? Not my loss, but a loss that was incurred by my client. I had to foot it, all right? The burden came onto me. And how I really picked myself up from this One Good Trend strategy, right? I call it the One Good Trend Secrets. We'll be talking about the book, all right? Some of the key concepts in the book, chapter by chapter. We talk about the 7-point checklist as well. Everything will be reviewed live. We will have bonuses that will be given away. You can grab your copy, the book for free with bonuses as well, all right? And it'll be so exciting, right? We'll answer your questions. We have Ask Me Any Stock session as well. Ask us any asset classes, any stocks, US, Hong Kong, Singapore, crypto, whatever. And that's where we will do our best to cover it, lah. All right, so 18 October, 10 a.m.
Amazing, guys. Don't miss it. It is in the comment, it's in the description section down below. So make sure you follow that. I hope you guys have found this video inspiring. I hope you guys have learned something new as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I'm so blessed to be able to share these inspiring stories of remarkable people with you. Please support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, right? These likes will help us know what videos you want to watch more of. So again, thank you and see you in another video.